Hi Brollies, Marvin here from TechBroll.com, where we do unboxings, reviews, and sexy B-rolls. And today I'll share with you one of my favorite monitors right now that I use for streaming and working on the go. We have here the BlitzWolf BW-PCM4 from Banggood.com. A very affordable portable 4K monitor with IPS panel, good color accuracy, a substantial amount of input and output ports, and a bunch of useful features for just around $240 or 12,000 pesos. With that being said, let's get into it. Alright guys, before we start, I would just like to say that right off the bat, I really like this monitor, especially considering what it can offer for its price. So right here, we have the packaging for the BlitzWolf BW-PCM4 portable 4K monitor. In front, we have a BlitzWolf logo at the center and an accent green lining here at the bottom. Around the box, we don't have much detail, and then at the back, we have the exact model name, some technical information, certifications, and other details here. Now, let's see what comes in the package. Alright, so this is a slide-up type design, and upon opening the box, the first thing that will greet you is a thin foam protection. And then right after that, we have this nice sort of magnetic flip type stand, which is a good addition, especially if you're going to bring this monitor along with you quite often. Next, we have the monitor itself, nicely protected by a soft plastic cover, and underneath this foam platform, we have all the remaining accessories. So we have an HDMI cable for data transfer with a nice silicone cap on both plugs, and aside from that, we have the USB Type-C cable for power, and weirdly enough, the power brick is color black. That doesn't match the cable, but it is what it is. This monitor can be powered using this adapter or simply by using a USB Type-C port on your host device. Aside from that, we also have a nifty remote here with this glossy white and black finish. We also have a warranty card with cute emojis on both sides, and lastly, we have the user manual written in a couple of languages. And that's about it for the unboxing experience. Now let's take a closer look at the BlitzWolf BW-PCM4 portable 4K monitor. At first touch, it does look like a typical portable monitor with a substantial weight of around 802 grams as per my own measurements. It does have nice slim bezels all around it with a quite thick chin and a BlitzWolf logo right here, and I guess the infrared sensor right here. Now flipping it on the top side, as you can see, it is relatively thin. And then flipping it on the right side, we have a USB Type-A port and the tactile buttons for power and OSD controls. And then on the other side, we have our input and output ports. We have an HDMI port, a full-featured USB Type-C port that supports both data and power, another USB Type-C port, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. So as you can see, we have an abundance of ports on both sides. And then at the bottom, we have a couple of rubber feet to make this thing stay in place. And then at the back, we have a nice brushed aluminum finish with some legends for the ports and buttons. And we also have the stereo speakers right here. Now, it's nice that we have some legends here, albeit hidden at the back, but at least if you get lost, you can easily peek at the back to check the controls. Before I forgot, we also have this inside the box. This is the adjustable stand should you choose to use this instead of the magnetic stand that is also included in the package. Overall, in terms of the design and construction, it is quite simple, yet it doesn't look and feel cheap at all. Alright guys, with the unboxing experience out of the way, let's set this up so that I can share with you the things you can do with this affordable portable 4K monitor. Of course, the first thing to come in mind when it comes to use case scenarios for a portable monitor like this is for laptop users. Essentially, you can duplicate or extend your display to a second monitor for more real estate and boost your productivity. And since the BlitzWolf BW-PCM4 monitor is quite lightweight, you can always bring this with you on the go so that you can work off-site while still having a secondary monitor or even use it with a compatible smartphone as your main display. Now, personally, especially now during the pandemic, I'm just working here at home, but I still find this monitor quite useful as a secondary monitor for my desk setup. I use it mainly for streaming, which is quite important, so that I don't have to alt-tab just to check the stream alerts and my Streamlabs OBS settings and scenes. Now, I cannot stress it enough how important a second monitor is for streaming, and having a portable one like this that you can easily prop up to the side of your main monitor is super convenient. And I also use this sometimes for video editing, for expanding the real estate for my clips, previews, and whatnot. And the good thing about this is that you can actually power this up using just a single USB Type-C port or even a USB Type-A port, and all you have to do is connect the HDMI for display output. But if you have a compatible host device, let's say a MacBook Pro, I think you can also use just a single USB Type-C cable, as one of the USB Type-C port on this monitor supports both data transfer and power. Now, I also like the fact that we have an included remote control for setting up the monitor without having to fiddle with the side buttons. Speaking of OSD controls, here are the rest of them so that you can check out the settings and features this monitor has to offer. Now moving on, let's discuss about the display quality of the BlitzWolf BW-PCM4 portable 4K monitor. For starters, this monitor features a 15.6-inch IPS display with up to 4K resolution and a brightness level of up to 300 nits. Of course, having an IPS panel yields good color accuracy and viewing angles, and as you can see, it is definitely viewable even at extreme angles like this on both the left and right side. And viewing at dead center allows us to get that full color spectrum this monitor has to offer. Speaking of color accuracy, as per my testing, using the Data Color Spider X Pro color calibration tool, the BlitzWolf BW-PCM4 has 99% sRgb color accuracy, which is pretty decent, 75% NTSC, pretty good 80% Adobe RGB, and a decent 81% P3 color gamut. This essentially means that you can use this portable monitor for casual photo and video editing, especially if you're only going to upload it to social media like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the like. Now, with regards to dark spots on white background, it has minimal dark spots viewing at an angle, as you can see here on both left and right sides. And of course, looking dead center, dark spots are almost negligible. As for backlight bleeding, it is virtually non-existent on all angles, as you can see here, which is really good. In terms of reading text, I don't see any problem with this. The texts are crisp, easy to read even while scrolling. Overall, if you consider the price, in my opinion, the display quality of this monitor is more than sufficient, with good viewing angles, decent contrast levels, sharpness, and details with a fairly good 300 nits of brightness level, especially for indoor use. Now, before we end this video, let me just give you a quick sound test for the stereo speakers of this monitor. It is not the best, but certainly a welcome feature, especially that most of the time you don't have a dedicated set of speakers while you're on the go. And in any case, you still have the 3.5mm headphone jack at your disposal. Now, will I recommend this for competitive gaming on the go? Probably not, since the refresh rate is only 60Hz, but if you just play casual adventure games, then definitely yes. Now, mobile and console gamers can also find this monitor viable, so yeah, definitely a good option for casual gaming as well. And lastly, photographers and filmmakers can also utilize this as a field monitor or an external monitor for their camera for both studio and on-site environments. So to conclude, the BlitzWolf BW-PCM4 offers a ton of flexibility in both features and performance with a good set of input and output ports, a very good display quality partnered with nifty stereo speakers and a remote. And in my opinion, this is perfect for productivity work for both stationary and on-the-go applications and is suitable for professionals, artists, and business owners. Gamers can also find this handy in certain situations, but I see this being utilized more for work efficiency. At the end of the day, as you can already tell, I highly recommend this to anyone, especially considering its price for what it can offer. And there you have it guys, thank you for watching. Huge thanks as always to Banggood.com for sending this in. You can get this from the link below and you can also use my code for an extra discount. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you like this, and see you next time. Have a great day guys, you're awesome.